Welcome to a new edition of UMFST International. My name is Larissa, and today we will explore the inspiring journey of Binder Jessica Beatrice, a second-year medical student whose path to medicine is an example of resilience and determination. Despite facing some challenges, she found the strength to keep pursuing her passion, demonstrating that we can always find the resources within ourselves to continue moving forward. Hello Jessica, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Hello, thank you for your invitation.
So without further ado, I would like to ask you, what is like growing up in Germany with such strong Hungarian-Romanian roots?
Yes, it was really good. I cannot complain about everything. Like for me as a child, it was normal for me to raise and born in Germany, but to speak my mother tongue, Hungarian. I know that my mother told me that some relatives said, "Why do you speak Hungarian with this little child? She won't be able to speak German if you start with Hungarian first." And my parents didn't listen to them, so I made some really good experiences growing up multicultural.
Yes, surely. And did your parents share stories about Romania that made it feel familiar before you came here?
Yes, a lot. My parents told me about their childhood, how they played together. Like my mother was raised and born here in Turcomureș, my father in Târnăveni. I don't know if I pronounce it right. And they talked a lot like how it was before different changes come up, like all the Ceausescu time, after and before. And yeah, my father went to Germany in 1985. So he escaped a little bit the time from this because my grandfather was German. But my mother, she told about how it was because my grandmother left earlier also, and she stayed here, and after Ceausescu's era, I don't know how to say, she went to Germany.
Yes, and was it easier to adapt to our society?
For my father, it was easier because he already spoke German, because my grandfather was German and he learned the language in the kindergarten. He was in a German kindergarten here. But for my mother, it was really, really hard because she didn't know any German. He went there, and it's hard if you don't know the language in a country when you are new. And it depends really on my grandmother, but she had to work a lot in that time. So it was really difficult for her, but she managed it somehow.
It's such an interesting family background.
Yes.
And after high school, where did you intend to apply, and what did you want to study?
That's a very interesting question because I had so many ideas. Like during school, I had the idea of study medicine because it was my childhood dream. But then after the 10th grade, I recognized, okay, I am not that best learner. I wasn't able to study well enough to have the best grade. So I said goodbye to that dream. And then I decided to go to architecture, but I didn't pass the examination to go to that university, and through relatives and friends of my mother, they told me about to study medicine here. But I was so young and I thought about it, and I tried to apply earlier, but I just come under the waiting list and I didn't get any chance to come here. And then I started to study biomedical engineering.
Yes, and where does this interest for biology comes from?
I don't know exactly. I was interested in medicine from my childhood on because my mother, she made something at the Red Cross in humanitarian, and she knew a lot about medicine and about how to care different illnesses, or if you cut yourself, little wounds, and maybe it comes from my mother, this interest in medicine and biology.
So it's again a family in heritage.
Yeah,
if you can say that, maybe.
Yes.
From what I understood, you didn't finish your biomedical engineering degree. So what did you decide to do after?
Yeah, I didn't finish because in Germany it is so if you fail an exam 3 times, you are out of the university. So that happened to me. And at that point, I didn't know what to do. So I talked a lot with my parents, and then the idea came up to do the nurse school in Germany at the Bavarian Red Cross. And then I applied. It was also during the COVID time, and it was really hard to apply because it wasn't able to do and allowed to do any interviews. So I had to wait a lot, but at the end it worked out. And I started with the nurse school, and I was glad and happy to have the possibility to start that.
Was the moment when you were in nursing school in Bavaria, the moment you knew that you would continue your education?
Yes, actually it was in the first weeks. We started with anatomy, about cardiology, and it was really after 1 month I said, okay, I really want to go to medicine more and to medicine school, and I thought to break up the nurse school and to try to apply again here in Turku and also maybe in some other cities. But then I said to me, okay, wait, I wasn't able to finish my first university, so I was afraid if I'm able to do it. And then I said, okay, you started this, and let's continue. You just already started with anatomy. You don't have really much experience in the hospital, so stay here and let's continue and to look what happened. Maybe I don't like the work in the hospital. Maybe I don't like the pressure or the atmosphere. So I said, okay, let's continue with the nurse school and let's focus on that. And then I left the idea with med school for like a year. And after one and a half years, I decided, okay, there was a situation in the hospital, and that was the moment. And I said, okay, after the nurse school, I want to finish the nurse school as best as I can. And after that, I want to continue with med school. So I needed a personal preparation for med school via the nurse school.
Yes, you took it gradually.
Yeah.
I think it's healthier this way.
Yes, I think it helped a lot because I recognized maybe I wasn't prepared enough with 19 after school with 18, so I needed the time to grow into my personality and to get some experience before I say, okay, before I was able to say, okay, I will, or I'm able to do this med school.
Yes, and after you began your studies here at UMFST, did your background in nursing represented an advantage compared to your peers, for example?
I would say yes. Like in biochemistry, we started on the first module, and the teacher was talking about many different things. And like in school, in normal high school, I never heard about that stuff. Not about everything, but a lot. It would be completely new. But then I remembered in nurse school that we talked about this and about that and about why is that so and not different. And it was not like completely new. I knew what I can understand under different things or subjects, or like only one word, like the coagulation cascade.
Yes.
So I hadn't to look up what the definition was because I already knew, okay, what is she talking about?
Yes. And what subject has captivated you the most so far?
Captivated most so far? It's a really tough question. I think cardiology.
Okay.
Yes, because I spent a lot of time in cardiology, and I can remember that in the nurse school I said I don't want to work in cardiology field, but somehow it
became maybe familiar.
Yes, really familiar, and the understanding was easier because I had some experiences, and it wasn't that much with effort to understand things like maybe something else, biochemistry, or now in respiratory tract system.
Yes. And how do you view the interaction with your fellow international colleagues?
Oh, that is really, really great. Like, so many people are here from so many different countries, and like in Germany, there are also from different countries. Like in my nurse school, we had also a very multicultural class, but not in this kind, not in that bigness. And I really appreciate it because you get to touch in with the different cultures here, and I think we can really learn much from each other.
This is so important.
Yes.
And you also become a year representative.
Yeah, the second one.
The second one, okay.
The second one.
And what are the tasks regarding this role?
It's a lot about management, like before every module or at the beginning of the year, there are some problems about the organization, about the timetable, which we try to fix. Like we had a lot of overlapping, and it is hard to keep the overview for everyone, and you have to be prepared for a lot of questions and to solve problems and to be there and to work also in a team. Like when we talked about the whole representative thing, I said I cannot do the main one, the main rep, but then I was told we can do it together, and I said okay, I will be a big support as a vice, but I cannot take the first one.
Yes, teamwork.
Yes.
And do this administrative work make you more immersed in this community? Can you make a real change for your peers?
Yes, I learned how to manage my time better and to be there at any time. Like we got sometimes messages really, really late, and I experienced it also in Germany when we had questions to that rep or representative, and there were some problems which we had to solve, that it matters how long you have to wait or not. And I try to be there for the class. I try to answer as fast as I can, because I know if you are want to know something or it's maybe urgent, that you have that person or you have that people who are there for you and who are try to be there as fast as I can to solve the situations and the problems.
That is so considerate of you.
Thank you.
I was also told that you're interested in research. What topic would you like to explore?
So, I started about thinking research a few weeks ago, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed because we have so much opportunities, and I'm a little bit separated in which direction I should go, because like for my personal career, I would like to go into surgery.
Okay.
But for my research, I'm thinking about to do something in the direction of genetics, because right now we are studying genetics, and I'm so overwhelmed and so fascinated about the whole subject, so that I'm thinking about to go into the genetics research.
Yes, the dimension is unlimited.
Yes.
But from time to time, everybody needs to take a break. So what do you enjoy doing in your leisure time?
So I really like to go hiking, because you are out in the nature and you can leave everything, all your stuff at home. And Romania is a really beautiful country to go to hike and to get know the nature and the landscape. I also like to bake at home, different cakes, breads, everything like that. And I'm really active in my church here in Romania and spend a lot of time with my family here, with my third generation cousins, and use the time together.
Yes, and from sweet to savory, baking is such a chemistry lab.
Yes.
When did you first become interested in it?
When I was 13, 15 years old, something like this. I started at home. It was like my work-life balance during school also. So I watched my mother a lot when she baked, and my grandmother worked in in a food chemistry laboratory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my mother told me a lot about her, and when I stay at my grandmother, I always love to watching her cook and to bake, and I'm really fascinated, so I like to do it like her with all that love. And
wonderful. So you had a role model.
Yes.
I also know that you like or enjoy music. Do you play the piano, from what I know? And I want to know if you see a resemblance between biology and music.
Between biology and music? Like, I would say there are some connections. how can I say, biology is also like a process, a developing, and it is also music. You start little, you start with some easier exercises, and then it becomes more complicated, like also genetics and biology, and it is good also for your mental and your coordination at the same time, and to connect different parts of your mind and body to practice this.
I would also like to know if you would give an advice to your younger self. What would it be?
An advice to my younger self is to not listen to the majority. If you have a dream, then continue that dream and don't give up just because the majority says, oh, really, you want to go there or something like this, because that was what I experienced in my younger time, my younger ages. So follow your dreams. If it's on your heart, then keep continuing and don't let the idea go of that dream, because you always find persons who will support you, who will strengthen you and support you in everything and give the strength.
And nobody knows better than you.
Yes, exactly.
And if you think about your future from now on, what direction do you see yourself pursuing in the next years?
So now I'm concentrating on my career, on my studies. I want to become a good doctor, and I try to do everything to give the best, to study a lot, to give the best treatment which I'm able to do in the future. And so the first steps are really to continue the study, to stay focused, and then keep the residency, like the field in which I want to go, to prepare myself for that. And that's the main thing right now.
Yes, to be present and give your best.
Right.
So with that, we are gradually approaching the end of today's edition. And I want to thank you, Jessica, for your willingness and time to be open about your experience here.
Thank you for your invitation, Larissa.
Therefore, being a goal-driven person means learning from every experience and rising stronger each time. With stamina and positive thinking, every peak can be conquered, time being not just a measure of progress, but a teacher of patience, growth, and grace. Thank you all for your attention and have a lovely evening.